The 50 is kind of a magic number. When everybody turn over that hood, then you start to just think who I really am, why I'm here and what I need to do and what is making me really happy. So for my journey, I start to go deep inside to ask the same question. Who are you, Sunny? I can come out with all the answers, right? But the more and more I find out, I have no answer for all those deep questions. So the freedom for me in that moment, I'm just awake. Freedom just don't ask for answer, just do it. And when you do it, and the answer will show up, right? So it's kind of
Wow.
flip it. You ask for freedom, you want to break free, but then when you want to break free from something, you are still trapped by that thought. So freedom for me is really just no boundary.
Hey everybody, Flip and Dani here. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Freedom Show.
Welcome, everybody. We are super excited to be here today. We have another incredible guest, and this guest is from our network of investors. And so we've taken an opportunity to not just bring you guests that are in our network in terms of we work with them. They are somebody who provides a service for us, but now investors that work with us and who have known us for years. So I'm super excited for this guest today. I wanted to, before we jump into that, start talking about freedom and the fact that when the team came up with the name The Freedom Show for our podcast, I just fell in love with it because the word freedom is so powerful. And it's so important in our daily life, but we don't always think of the different types of freedom, which is why one of our number one questions for guests is, hey, this is the Freedom Show. So what does freedom mean to you? And we start having those conversations. And today's conversation was really, really fantastic in terms of what freedom meant to Sunny. And I loved the perspective that she shared because there's so many times that we can just get caught up with money. And that freedom really has everything to do with money. And that's just not reality.
Correct.
Right? So it doesn't matter whether you're rich or you're poor, you can have freedom. And there are ways to achieve freedom in your life that have nothing to do with money. But money is one of those topics that people are afraid to talk about. They always think that they don't have enough. We have heard stories about people who have millions and millions of dollars and they are still not happy. They have family that are sick and in the hospital, or there's things going wrong and they're still doing business and not chasing exactly their success and their achievements because they just don't have enough, or they feel like that next thing is going to give them what they want or what they need to live a fulfilled life or to be satisfied with where they're at. And we don't take a moment to simply say, all money is something to buy food, shelter. There really is no success. Does not have to mean that you have a ton of money. Like some of the happiest people in the world maybe have $100,000 and they're just living a life that aligns with them, that means something to them, that gives them the freedom that they want. Maybe they're backpacking, maybe they moved to Taiwan. We've got like so many friends that are moving to different countries where the amount of money they have right this second will give them all the freedom that they desire. So I don't know about you. I'm going to let you share a little bit. But that to me was the power of today's episode.
Oh, absolutely. It's and it takes that's one of those that people can tell you until they're blue in the face that freedom is not about money. But you have to know it. You have to understand that. You have to believe that and feel that before you go, oh yeah. So it's how quickly in your life or not quickly, it's what stage of life do you understand that? Because again, you're raised to, you're going to go to you're going to graduate high school and you're going to go to college. And then you're going to graduate college and you're going to get a job. And then when you in your job, you're going to have, when I was growing up, you're going to have a pension,
Right.
I don't know if anyone even has that anymore. But now it's, you're going to have a 401k and you're going to have a retirement plan and your company's going to do this and you're going to work 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and whatever. It's ingrained in our head and we're robots. but it's learning that freedom, because everyone's like, the more money I have, the more freedom I'll have.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
which is not true. Well, it's true until you realize it's not true.
Yeah. I love that because we continue to achieve.
Mhm.
We continue to build companies and do bigger and better things. And to be honest, there is a chase of money in there.
Mhm.
For some reason to feel like we have even more. And part of it I've shared so many times is just my heart for giving back. Like I want to be able to go, like when I'm scrolling on Facebook and I see a cause, I want to dump $100,000 in their lap just and go, there you go. Now, like, thank you for being the one that's willing to put forth the effort to be able to help this cause that I believe in.
Mhm.
And I want to be able to throw money away like that and throw money away at those causes is really what I mean.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I just have this unending desire, because you and I have talked about it too, that like I'm actually not like big on money. Like
Mhm.
I don't personally need a lot of money. Like we could sell everything that we have right now, find a little cute house on a lake because we've decided we love lakes.
Yes.
And a big yard and near a doggy daycare.
Yes.
And
The dogs are coming.
yes,
Yeah.
and probably live very, very simply and not need to work another day in our lives
Mhm.
because we've just done enough.
Yep.
And I think that that's what this podcast is really going to talk about. And I'm excited that even though we are in real estate and we love talking about financial freedom, I love that today is just a little bit different perspective.
Right.
So you want to just jump into the episode?
Absolutely. Without further ado, welcome to Sunny. You're tuned into the Freedom Show. We are in the studio having a conversation we're really excited to share with you. Today's guest is Pei-Ming Sun, or Sunny.
Welcome to the show, Sunny.
Wow, that is such a privilege to finally meet two of you together in the same place in the cloud, right?
See,
But
we do
it's
exist.
yeah, we just have fun to talk about anything related to freedom. I love that.
Yes, me too. Before we jump into the podcast, Flip is going to tell everybody a little bit about you.
Sunny is a founder of Sunny Life Solutions, was originally from Taiwan, and has lived in the United States for over 30 years. She calls herself an intuitive vibration lifter, as her mission is to raise vibration for the world wherever she goes. She has been a real estate investor since 2006 and has worked with the Freedom family of companies since 2010 as a private lender. Trained as a molecular biologist, I was worried if I was going to be able to say that, as a molecular biologist and now a Thrive Global certified coach, Sunny also possesses certifications in Tiny Habits Method, Happy for No Reason, Gene Keys, and Instructional Design in Adult Learning. Sunny, a distinguished Toastmaster, two-time Amazon International bestseller co-author, has experienced her awakening shifts in her 50s and decided to guide others who are seeking ultimate positive changes with her proven SLOW formula and social framework for happiness habits. Sunny offers her service in both Mandarin Chinese and English to support her clients to effortlessly implement good habits, become in sync with the universe, and live with sustainable happiness and life energy. Welcome to the show, Sunny.
Yes, yay! I love that bio. We're so excited to have you on here. Flip and I, we love to have fun. We love happiness. We love laughter, and it's such a joy to have to be able to hear what you do and what you're focused on. And being focused on the joy of life and living is just something remarkable and something that you don't see a lot of people, taking the time. Right? We're here on this earth and we are living and we are alive. And why should we be suffering and miserable all the time when we could be tapping in to such wonderful moments and memories that bring us, a lot of joy, laughter, and happiness. So welcome to the show, Sunny.
Yes, thank you so much. You just nail it. Like we are here, why not having fun, right? We need to choose to have a different lifestyle and bring a lot of joys and adventures and freedom. Why not, right? Why just kind of living in the box and misery, didn't know what is going to be the differences next day. But this is our choice, right? So I'm totally appreciate you mentioning that to start with our conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, for those of you who are listening, we have known Sunny for quite a while, and we've told you on this podcast that one of the things we really wanted to do as part of the Freedom Show was to bring on our network and allow you
Mhm.
to get to know the people that we work with, the people who are close to us. And recently, we've started bringing on even people who have been investors with
Right.
us, not just like our lawyers and our CPAs or the other people that we work with in different facets. Sunny, we have known for probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, I don't even know how many years, but it's been a while.
Since the beginning of time.
It has been a while. And you just have just been a really great part of our journey, especially when we first moved to Ohio. And you've really introduced us to a lot of people in your network, and we've really thoroughly enjoyed, having you in our corner. We loved it when you visited our office, and the team got to meet you, and you brought treats.
Oh my gosh, I still remember that. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Yes.
Yes, I enjoyed that thoroughly to interview you guys and see the brand new office, and it's just amazing, when see you guys working so hard but become smart investor yourself, then it just expanded your knowledge to help others like us. We don't have time to really learn the whole 9-yard game, but then you just bring the opportunities to us and tell us all the detail what you're gonna get and what you're gonna go through. It's kind of like hero's journey, from zero to hero. So I really like that things you guys, and look at you guys now become an educator. So I really
Yes.
appreciate you bring us into your circle so we can all thrive together.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, I
well,
love the way you said that.
So before you get any further,
Yes.
I reading your bio though, there's one thing that's missing off here. There's nothing on there about food trucks. What happened? Where's the chef inside that bio? I expected to read that.
Yeah, that is my, 7, 10, I think 10 years off pass, but I have a lot of fun,
Yeah,
That's my way of living now. If I don't have fun, I don't do it.
that's right.
Yes.
Doing the food truck is really a different journey from scientists working in pharmaceutical and, the serious corporate America, and become like dishwasher and a truck driver and a food person for 7 years. This is just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and last thing, and then you can go on after this, but I didn't know that we had something in common, and when I read your bio, I realized that you and I both have something in common because I too offer my services in Mandarin, Chinese, and English. So barely English, sorry.
That's hilarious. Okay, Flip's always bringing the fun and
okay.
laughter.
Okay, let's get serious now.
Okay, so Sunny, on the Freedom Show, we love to talk about freedom, and I would really love to hear from you. What types of freedom, or what does freedom mean to you? That's really the first part of the question, because when you talk to Flip and I, we always talk about geography freedom, we talk about time freedom, and everybody has a different type of freedom that I find it very curious to understand and learn what the most important freedom is to you. And then if you could also just share your freedom journey from whatever stage in your life that you'd like to start to where you are today. And we would just, love to learn more about you.
Yes, I mean, that is the word freedom has been in my radar for the past 5 years. The freedom for me was really like to know who I am. Like I always living in a different identity. So, I'm this, I'm that. Particularly, I'm navigating from different culture and coming over here in United States and become, everybody has the journey, become parents or sort of the life journey. But for me, it's almost focused on the identity journey. So, I'm like, I have this attachment. Okay, I'm this, I'm that. But it's so hard when the next wave coming, you were there, but then you had to shift your identity to different thing. So the last 5 years, I really become contemplating. And I think the 50 is kind of a magic number when everybody turn over that, then you start to just think who I really am, why I'm here and what I need to do and what is make me really happy. Those kind of questions. So for my journey, I start to go deep inside to ask the same question. Who are you, Sunny? I can come out with all the answers, right? But the more and more I find out, I have no answer for all those deep questions. So the freedom for me in that moment, I'm just awake. 'Cause, I know the freedom is freedom. Just don't ask for answer. Just do it. And when you do it, and the answer will show up, right? So it's kind of
Wow.
flip it. You ask for freedom, you want to break free, but then when you want to break free from something, you are still trapped by that thought. You're still trapped by, want to break free with something. So how about just put down the other thing? No, I'm not asking anything. I'm just live through the life. Then I just flow with whatever coming through my identity or some label, whatever. So I can be anybody. That's how I can flow from the scientist, become a food truck. Then I become a restaurant owner. Then I become an online coach. So for me, it's like I just flow with it. When there's coming more excitement and more joy, I'm just go with it.
Mm.
So freedom for me is really just no boundary.
Oh, I love that.
Wow. Nobody has said that.
Nope.
I love that too. And I told you before we started recording that I have a shirt that says choose joy. And when we're talking about you and we're reading your bio and, this happiness piece, there is so many of us, and me included. I only recently got to a point in my life where I was deciding that, hey, I should be happier more. I shouldn't be like constantly chasing things. Like we've actually achieved so much success. And I'm not stopping to say, hey, look at what we've done. I mean, I do stop, but I stop for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. And then I'm just right back into it and I'm chasing the next thing, which leads to this sense of always needing and wanting, as opposed to the sense of I've arrived. And I am truly happy and fulfilled and satisfied with where I'm at in my life. And now, more than anything else, I just want to choose joy. I want to stay happy. I want to like flow with things a lot more, like you said. And even you and I, Flip, as we're talking about different things, we're really kind of searching for we get opportunities all the time, but what's really truly aligned with what we want to do and who we want to be today, with no thought to the future or yesterday, just the present right now.
I think that is the
So
most the relief way to do it anyway, right? If you ponder about the future and worry about something you did not do in the past, then your attention is kind of split, and then you're not doing anything at this time. So when
that's
we
right.
do the kind of live in the present moments, and by the way, that is the training I got from food truck. Running from 7 years, you have to be on the spot doing things quick enough and kill the line.
Mm.
You don't have time to think about yesterday and what is tomorrow, right? You only got this
Yep.
the customers waiting. You need to get things done. Then you just see what you can do. Sometimes I have to come up very quickly if I sold out one item, and I have to create a new menu to see what I still have. So on the spot, that is really a good training. So for someone really want to live the moments, become a food truck owner. That's definitely going to train you to be a good one.
I see a book there if you haven't written that one yet.
Well, there's a quote that you had sent us that I love. I want to share it with everybody, and have you kind of tell us why this quote means so much to you. And it's from Gandhi: "Live as if you were to die tomorrow, and learn as if you were to live forever." So tell us why that quote is so important to you, because I just fell in love with it as well.
Well, it's relate to the living the moment too, right? It just, if we see the time as a limiting factor, then you're just kind of worried about how many time I still have in this life, right? When you're worried about whatever the transition time or how, then you couldn't live in right now to do something you need to do. But when you're doing the learning, it's different, particularly in now, right? The 21st century, everything's shifting. For me, molecular biology, I learned all those things in 20th century, but now 21st century, the DNA has totally different functions. They are just not what I learned in the molecular level. They are more like a quantum level. So how can we stop learning? Since it's already out there, but the technology or maybe the knowledge is outdated, we cannot really still just say, oh, that it's it. Science at the end of that, that is whatever I find. No, we never stop learning, right? We always learn something new, not only science. Sometimes if our age got progressed, and then we learn, oh, I didn't know that, 20 years ago, but now I know. So it's just like the learning for me is just like that. It's not learning new things. It's let go of the old things and relearn the new updated things. But don't attach to that thing because they're gonna be gone pretty soon. So for me, it's just never gonna stop learning. That's the fun thing.
Yeah, I agree. As I'm listening to you speak, I think of us as human beings and our desire for achievement and that chase for achievement that never seems to go away. We keep on chasing the next thing and never getting full satisfaction or fulfillment. So if you could kind of talk to us about what I like to call this kind of our get real, section in your journey, right? It's not been rainbows and sunshine, but you've gotten to a point in your life where you are now focused on the now. You're now focused on joy, the present, and breaking free of all those boundaries. So, what were some things that you could share with the audience that maybe were stumbling blocks that might have been hard to get over, but they've just, made you realize the freedom that you're talking about today?
Yeah, the one of the certification I have is the gene keys. It's part of the human design system. It's like esoteric, the four ancient system put together. So what that I learned from that ancient system, one of the systems is Chinese hexagrams. So it's like 6 lines. And I learned that so many because we call human natures, right? But there's all great. That's how we can learn things. We can make a better person, all that. But I also learned the flip. Like when we all focus on one side, we lose the balance on the other side because this duality thing, and you need to kind of balancing in between. So I learned that. I said, wow, that is the reason I always feel unhappy because I think I'm lacking something. So I want to get that in to that duality thing. But when I try to grab a lot of things in and I'm kind of tilted, right? So I'm not balanced. No wonder I'm not happy. But if we accept both, we need both to be energy wise, can be flow together. So once I realized that, I said, that's how the slow things come out to my training. I said, gosh, if everybody know when we try to chase, then we just let go and we slow and they're coming back because you know energy, right? You force
Right.
and force, they go further and away. You have to chasing even harder, but you just allowing, then they might come by your way. Or if they are not coming by, that's not for us anyway. So don't chase it. So I begin to have more of the grounded lifestyle. I'm just relaxed. Then I do what I want to do, but I don't have strong attachments. If they happen, great. If not happen, I change it, right? Maybe something I didn't really align with it. And so for that, I feel I'm not seeking or chasing that much. I'm more like just kind of know what I want, make sure the clarity and who I am, what I really want. And that want is not only for me, it's for more other people, right? So when you like have that alignments, things will flow to you. It just still need the timing and patience and but that's how I feel right now. If I can let people know they can have a choice just to be relaxed. But when they are relaxed, they don't want to be like lazy or worried. They need to have maybe just the contemplations or go out for a walk and play with the dogs, anything make you happy, then your vibration will start to vibrate the right way. And in that point, everything coming your way will be something we need to do and have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So this is a mix of law of attraction. I read a book or I listened to the audiobook of this gentleman who wrote Power versus Force. All of those things are really what reminds me what you're talking about here, in that it's like that magnet, right? So when you're chasing, you're kind of repelling, it away, and you're constantly, even if you reach it, you're still somehow still chasing something going forward, as opposed to being very, very content, and with your life, choosing these, good attributes of life: love, peace, joy, wholeness, completeness, all those things, and freedom. Man, what a powerful, powerful word. You start attracting all of that because you're not forcing it. And there's such a big difference between that force versus power. And that was, again, probably in the last year, I've really, really started understanding this. So what was it, something in your life that happened to you that forced you on this journey? And I don't want to use the word force, that just brought you to, this, how it came to be. And you said, hey, this is something I haven't really studied or gone into. Like, what was that point in your life where you made this change?
Well, it's like everything I chase, I never get it. I mean, that's just how I learned. Let's say, why not? Right? Everybody's doing the same thing, and why not me? Right? So I chase too. But then I realized not everybody built the same way. Our energy, because really the resonance is when we talk to people, we have the same resonance, so we can feel like they make sense to us. But
Mhm.
like everybody, not necessarily, made for everybody else. So you need to find
Mhm.
your kind of the tribe. But the more I'm doing the online training and try to build my coaching business, I see so many people just chasing, and just force themselves to do a lot of things and social media posting, all that. And I just look at that and say, oh, why not? I try a little bit. Then quickly I know that is not for me. I'm more like, based on the gene key profile, it's like you can see a person's the rooted way, the energy way. So after I studied myself, I said, well, I'm actually just need to be observer. I need
Mhm.
to be observing and share what I see, other than to be the top people can see. Because I'm the
Right.
seeing person. I'm not to be observed one. I'm the observer. I'm not the one to be observed.
I see.
So
Yes.
once I
Okay.
understand that, I said, yeah, no wonder I have a lot of fun to watch movie,
Mm.
and try to read books, and I can reflect the author's thoughts. I got more fun than I'm the one writing the book. Even I did write 2 books, but the journey, the process is more fun for me to see other people successful and see
Mm.
them shine through their own uh, genius. And I'm just on the way to be like, hey, then I like that role. So that's why it become this, just kind of the background person, but I can share a lot of insight they might not see themselves. And I think they might
Yes.
just need that missing piece so they can shine
Yes.
through their own genius.
Yes. I believe we all hire coaches or join masterminds for that reason,
Mhm.
because there are other people that can see things that we miss completely. And I know for Flip and I,
Mhm.
all of the coaches that we've had, there's always just been something that we've been able to take away that's furthered us in our, paths and what we've learned and how we've grown. And more importantly, at these stages, we are connecting more to this joy and happiness and this fulfillment of life and the beauty of it. And freedom is such a strong, strong, strong word in that. So when we were thinking about you and your superpower, happiness and freedom for human souls, there's 3 things that I wrote down that I'd love for you to share more about. 1, our stress is a source of living a blissful life. 2, knowing and embracing our energetic self. And 3, freedom is our birthright. So you can talk about all 3 or choose one. But freedom is our birthright was definitely my favorite. I read that. I was like, boom, Sonny, yes.
Yes, yes. We are actually given this special gifts within our design. So we come down here but then we need to live through, the social conditioning process, because that is need to be. We can observe our environment, learn how to speak and how to behave, how to fit in. That is the early 30 years that people we need to do. But between 30 to 50 is the time we start to realign with what
Mhm.
we come here for. So the freedom can only occur even when we're born with it. But we don't think about the kids was born, they don't have any rule, right? In their rule, they just to learn to see, that's their rule. But then we start to have rule on ourselves. But after 30, pretty much after 50 is the best to start to take out all this boundary. The structure is great, but it sometimes becomes like survival strategies. So you hold it like security blanket, right? Or something you say, I have to have that, otherwise I'm not happy. So you become to lock in certain patterns. But then when we're getting more mature and feel more confidence and knowing even fail without any money, anything, I'm still here. That's me. That's my story. So then I feel like, oh, I have more confidence. I don't even worry about in that place, and because I live through it. As a single mom, raising 2 kids, and I, have a lot of things, situation, the financial is never going to be stable in the past. But I also learned about my security is not based on the money. Security is based on my self-worth. Nothing can replace me, right? Once you get that, then your freedom really just coming back to you. And the birthrights, joy is one of them, abundance, freedom, they are all one of those pieces. It's all in there, is our natural states. But most of us don't know we can go back to that natural states. So for us to choose, if we're aware we can have the birthrights and the freedom, joys, and abundance and peace, then we make that choice in every day, right? Then we can begin to realign again. So back to our natural states. And why not, right? When we go in there, we have a lot of fun. We get this, we get that. We have up and down roller coaster rides. I think sooner or later, we need to kind of calm down, then go home, right? So when we've done the process, we can all celebrate what we have done.
Yes. Oh, I really, really love that. So there's a few more things I want to dive into, but I want to take a quick commercial break. After the commercial, we're going to do kind of a little summary bit with Sunny, because I have something in my head I want to ask her about. But we're also going to do your real quick with Flip and just have a little fun with Sunny and just see how she does with our game. You're listening to The Freedom Show with Flip and Dani. Our guest is Sunny, and we're going to be right back after this short commercial break.
Add new income streams to your financial statement. Freedom Family Investments can help. Own property and get paid rent. Join funds and get paid interest. Wealth is well-being. Own your own future. Freedom Family Investments. Get more time to focus on what matters. Learn which investing path is for you, where to start, and who to trust. Visit freedomfamilyinvestments.com.
Don't forget to leave a review so we know how we're doing and what you guys are enjoying.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much. So, Flip, I'm going to let you actually do your real quick with Flip before I dive in with Sunny. Yeah. Because I'm going to sum things up after your fun little game. Let's just give her a break from the serious part.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Take it over.
All right, so this is real quick with Flip. So I'm going to give you 2 options. You choose one or the other, or a third if you want to. All right, so you ready?
Sure, let's have some fun.
Okay. All right. So are you a physical book or an audiobook person?
Audiobook.
Audiobook. All right. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
All right. So you're getting ready to invest in real estate. Are you going for a single family or a multifamily?
Multifamily.
The girl. You're getting ready to go on a trip across the country. Are you going to go by train or plane?
Train, if they have a train track to go there.
Oh, yeah. All right. What are you most likely to get? A speeding ticket or a parking ticket?
Parking tickets. I got a few of them.
Okay, so I know where you live. So this next question is, would you prefer a winter wonderland or sunsets on the beach?
Sunset on the beach.
Yeah, how cold is it up there right now?
Well, we just have 50, so we are lucky.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. So we just rented a car when we were on vacation and we got stuck with a certain brand of car. So what would you prefer, an electric car or an SUV?
SUV.
All right. So us two
Us
now.
too.
All right. So do you want to grow your wealth or preserve your wealth?
Growth.
Mm.
All right. Okay, so you get a choice of a superpower, and do you want it to be able to fly or to read minds?
Well, I think I already got a read mind. Let's fly.
I love
That's
that.
funny.
All right, last one. Would you rather live in 1969 or 2069?
2069.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always like to ask in this one, why would you prefer 2069?
Because I know the world is going to shift, but after 2060, it'll be much better. So, so I'm ready to be like there other than go through the process right now.
I love that. Okay, so I'm going to circle us back around to our conversation. What I wanted to ask you and what I really want to leave our audience with is I like to call them cheat codes.
Mhm.
Every now and then, Flip and I will talk about different cheat codes in our life, and that is like kind of a fast track way to do something
Right.
that we've learned. And so, with regard to the topic that we're talking about with you today, Sunny, our cheat code for happiness and being fulfilled and just bringing back this presence and laughter is to choose joy. Every time we're at a road or a path where we're not exactly sure what decision we're going to make, we ask ourselves which one leads to more joy. And the one that leads to more joy is how we make a final decision. And so that's one of our hacks or cheat codes to make decisions when we're not quite sure. So is there something that you do in your daily life that is kind of like a cheat code that might help other people as well?
Yeah, I recently learned there's a technique called heart-brain coherence. Because our brain running crazy sometimes by running with the conditioned way. So sometimes we are going to the places our ego want to do, but our heart not really agree. So the heart brain coherence is really 3 steps, very easy. First one, you just need to pay attention to your heart area. So you slow down, you listen to your heart, you touch your heart. And second, you just slow down your breathing. So you get this up and down slowly. In that is you kind of tune your body energy aligned. Then the third one is the heart feeling. You picture yourself totally pure in joy. Like whenever maybe you smell your grandma's cooking, or you're on vacation, or you have a dog in your hand, those kind of fuzzy, warm feeling. So you put them 3 together, it just few seconds, and slow down and think about it. Then you feel so relief. You don't have any, shoulder pains or tensions because you all flow into this joy state. So that's my cheat sheet. If I got anxiety, if I need to go there, I'm not sure, I just do this quick hop run coherence. Then I can just ground it and get ready to do whatever. Because I know I'm supported, I'm loved, I'm provided, I'm, all the things I am. So I don't need to worry about it.
Yes. Oh, that is powerful. I love that one. One of my coaches said something similar about putting your hand on your heart and taking deep breaths, and it didn't follow through with the last steps. But I can see how that heart-brain coherence and then the final 2 steps that you said, how that really just puts you in a different frame of mind. And even Tony Robbins will say things that like are pattern interrupts, right?
Mhm.
Like, so your mind's going, or you're, super stressed, or you've got some anxiety that you're dealing with, you want a pattern interrupt, and that is a perfect pattern interrupt. Just step back and slow things down. Wow, that is a good one. I love it, Sunny. Thank you so
Love
much for
it.
sharing that with everybody.
Yeah, I think that you can get more information called heartmath.org. This is the organization doing the research about our heart power. So they got a lot of science in there. As a scientist, I just need to find those facts.
Yes.
and once I got a reason, and I can do it perfectly. If I'm just having doubts, and not necessary. So that is a good
Mm.
place to get all this information and data, the heartmath.org.
Heartmath.org, right? Okay, fantastic. How about if people want to reach out to you to connect with you, to learn more, maybe learn more about your coaching business? Because out of all the coaches, I think yours is the most fun to bring happiness and joy to one's life. I think that's so critical. So how would they reach out to you?
Well, it's easy. I actually give out the happiness assessments as a gift, and that you can get it from sunnylifesolutions.com. So once you get in there, I welcome you to my words, and then I invite you to all the events and services I provide. So just www.sunnylifesolutions.com and grab your happiness assessments.
Love it.
That's
We're
awesome.
also, yeah, we're going to have the links to all of that in the show notes. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the YouTube description. If you're listening to this in a podcast, it'll be in the podcast notes. So please connect with Sunny. She's just so wonderful. We've just had the joy of having this long relationship with her for years and years now, and our network has expanded because of you, Sunny.
You guys doing the wonderful job for us. I'm just happy to tag along.
Love it.
We've enjoyed the journey where we're all on the freedom journey together, and I've really enjoyed your insight into freedom here today. So thank you so much for being on the show. And Flip, would you like to close us out?
Oh, yeah. So I guess that wraps it up. So we will see everybody next Wednesday.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Keep being happy.
That was such a special treat to have her on today. I look forward to all of our guests whenever we get somebody on, and I look at the schedule coming up. But when I saw her name, I was super duper excited because we've known her for so long. But like you know somebody, but you never get to interview them.
Yes.
And I've been looking forward to being able to interview her.
Yes.
And this was like, if you were to ask me, like, 5 minutes before this, before we recorded this, what I thought this was going to be, this not the what that just happened. That
Right.
she is, oh my gosh, she is so amazing.
And she's grown so much since the first time we met her.
Yes.
I mean, you brought up the food trucks
Yeah, the
in
food trucks,
in
yeah,
the episode because we've known her that long through many journeys of and iterations of who she has become today.
Mhm.
And I just, she's just, her spirit and the place that she's at in life right now is just so beautiful.
Mhm.
And she had mentioned, this is where we get it, like age 50 or something. And I think,
what it
it
was.
was interesting because, we're in that age group, and I feel like we're getting to that same exact stage in life. Where we're really understanding a lot more and understanding what's important. And money isn't, even though it's something that we love, and we love all the things that money has bought us. And certainly there's happiness tied to the ability to get whatever you want, whenever you want,
Mhm.
and to do things that you couldn't do when you didn't have the money.
Yep.
There's certainly happiness there, but what she kind of revealed for me is, you take that all away and money isn't the thing,
Mhm.
right? That's not what life's about. Money really doesn't matter when it comes down to it.
Yep.
It's who you're surrounding yourself with, your family, your loved ones, what's inside of you is what is how you create what's outside of you.
Mhm.
Is what you're thinking about every single day, and what you are trying to create, because we are creators.
Yep.
And we talk about different versions of that statement. But in Sunny's episode, it really was a creator of life, not the creation of money. Being a creator, in that sense, it's really just you get to design your entire life, and you have a choice. And the word choice is so powerful, because every single day you can wake up and choose who you are. And when you and I get to those paths, and we're trying to go, and we say we're choosing joy,
Mhm.
this one's going to bring us more happiness and
Yep.
laughter and fun and joy. And so we're going down that road. It didn't even matter that this one was going to make more money. This one was just more fun. And so I think that there is a stage of life where you start understanding that a lot more. Because boy, when I was young, I didn't get that at all.
Oh yeah, and that's I was saying that I was trying to remember what it was, and she said, from 30 to 50,
Mhm.
that's like when you really start to develop, and can't remember the exact word that she used, but what made me happy is that I got a pass on the 0 to 30 part of my life, because there was nothing there. But it's true. Once you and I, once we got past 30, that's
Yep.
when we really started. We'd shifted up a couple gears, and then after 50, which, I'm 25, so I got a long time to go here still. But she said once she turned 50, that it really made sense to her. And I wanted to say when she was on, once I turned 50, it just the level of I don't care
Yeah.
meter went through the roof. It just
That is so true for you.
yeah. I live in Florida, but I do not wear socks with my sandals. But that's in a couple of years, I'm sure. But and it made me think. People always say if you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, and I've always I always thought about that. What would I go back and tell my younger self? There's plenty of things, and a lot of them I can't say on this recording. But I think the most important thing though is I would go back and tell myself, you don't know everything.
Yes.
Because my younger self thought I knew everything.
Yep. And we are smarter than our parents.
Oh,
right?
Hey, whoa,
Our
yeah.
parents. Oh my goodness, they're so
know?
old.
What? They don't know nothing.
Back in the day has nothing to do with my day. You don't know what you're talking about. We don't see the wisdom in
things
parents.
Have changed.
Yeah. Yeah, what a remarkable episode. I really loved her heart-brain coherence piece at the very end as well. I just thought it was just a wonderful opportunity for us where we talk about money a whole lot. Probably 90% of what we talk about ends up being about money because people are afraid to have these conversations. They don't know who to trust, and we try to be the resource that can have these conversations, that can be the people that you trust. That it was really neat to have just a fresh talk of freedom.
Yep.
And I hope for everybody listening that you just had the opportunity to think about freedom in a different way. And don't tie it to money today. Tie it to something else in your life. How can you create freedom in your life today that has nothing to do with money? Because there's so many opportunities. All you have to do is sit back and start thinking about it. And as soon as you start just putting it out there, like things like they do what she said, they come to you like thoughts, like they'll be like, oh, suddenly you'll be on a walk and be like, oh, hey, what about this? And it's simply because you asked yourself the question.
Yep.
Whether you asked it mentally or actually verbally said it out loud, or you and I will have conversations about things. And I'll say, I want to say this out loud. I want to have a conversation about it because I want to see what our two brains come up with after having this conversation and asking this question. And we'll go on walks and be like, oh, and you'll be like, this came to me and this, I thought of this. And it's really neat how everything seems to open up when you take the time to ask those questions and kind of explore the universe and the world and your life in new ways. It's really, really fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited to what my next 25 years is going to be.
Yeah.
It's still being 25.
Yes. I love it. So what's going on with us? By the time this episode is airing, our fund, I'm sure, is out there. So it's been in the works for a long time, and we've been talking about it on the podcast for a while. We already have a waiting line of people I just found out today wanting to invest in the fund. So it should be available and ready. Please reach out to us. Go to chatwithfreedom.com. Reach out to us to learn more about that fund and all the features and your ability to invest in something that gives you some liquidity. So many people, liquidity is a peace of mind that they can take it out, when they're comfortable or when they have an opportunity to do something else. So instead of letting it sit in the bank, they're actually investing it into something that's going to give them a little bit of higher interest rate, but still allow them to take it out when they're ready. So there's different things and features to that you can talk to the team about. And of course, we're always selling turnkey real estate properties.
Yep.
That's kind of the foundation of how we started things here at Freedom. And we're just super excited to be on your team, be your ally, your ally in life, on your freedom journey, and whatever that looks like. We want to be here for you. So, just reach out and let us know and leave a review and talk to us. And man, sometimes whenever we ask, people actually email us and say, hey, would you talk about this? Or would you do this? Or here's a guest that we think that you should have on the show, or whatever it is it might be. Tell us how we're doing. We want to just keep doing a great job for you guys. And if you don't mind leaving a review, that really does help other people find our podcast, find our YouTube channel, and we get to get the word out a little bit more. So
that's right, because we put the fun in funds.
Yes, we sure do. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you. And we are going to see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss.